You are lying in bed right now, your eyes are open, but you are not sleeping, you are thinking. You are thinking about what you should have done yesterday. You are thinking about what might go wrong tomorrow. You are thinking about a conversation from 3 weeks ago. You are replaying it, again and again, and somewhere in the middle of all that thinking, your whole day just disappears. You didn't fail today because you were weak. You didn't fail today because you were unlucky. You failed today because your mind never let you begin. This is a story about a young man who lived exactly like that, a man who thought so much that he forgot how to live, and the one day that changed everything. His name was Rayan. 24 years old, smart, sensitive, full of dreams. From the outside, people thought he had everything figured out. He read books. He watched motivational videos. He made plans, big plans. He had notebooks filled with goals, business ideas, fitness routines, daily schedules. Everything was written perfectly. Everything was planned beautifully. But nothing was ever started. His friends were moving forward. One got a job, one started a business, one got married, and Rayan was still sitting at his desk, still planning, still thinking, still waiting for the perfect moment, waiting to feel ready. Waiting for fear to go away, but that moment never came, and deep inside Rayan knew it. He just didn't want to admit it. Every morning started the same way. Rayan would wake up with energy for about 5 minutes, then the thoughts would begin. What if I start and I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if I'm just not good enough? And just like that, the energy was gone. He would pick up his phone instead, scroll, watch, scroll again. Hours would pass. And by evening, that same familiar heaviness would sit on his chest. That feeling, you know that feeling, don't you? That feeling when the day is ending and you did nothing, not because you couldn't, but because you were afraid to try. Rayan felt it every single night. And every night he made the same promise to himself. Tomorrow I will start. But tomorrow came, and the thoughts came back louder. One evening his younger sister walked into his room. She saw the notebooks, the plans, the untouched schedules. She didn't say anything harsh. She just quietly asked him one thing. Are you living your life, or are you just thinking about it? Rayan didn't answer, because he didn't have one. He just looked at the wall, and for the first time in a long time, he felt the full weight of what he had been doing to himself. The next morning, Rayan went for a walk. He didn't plan it. He didn't write it in a notebook. He just walked out the door. He ended up near an old park at the edge of his neighborhood. There was a man there, old, simple, sitting on a bench. He was feeding birds with whatever crumbs he had left in his pocket. He wasn't doing anything extraordinary. But there was something on his face that Rayan had not seen in a long time. Peace. Rayan sat down near him. After a few quiet minutes, the old man spoke. He didn't look at Rayan. He just said softly, "You know why these birds eat?" Rayan looked at the birds. "Because they're hungry," he said. The old man smiled slowly. "No, because they flew down. They didn't sit in their nest wondering if the crumbs were enough. They didn't ask if the ground was safe. They didn't wait for a better day. They just came down, and the food was already here. It was always here." He paused. Then he looked at Rayan directly. "Son, life doesn't wait for the people who are still deciding whether to show up." Rayan said nothing. But something inside him cracked open, not in a painful way, in the way a window opens and fresh air fills a room that has been closed for far too long. Rayan walked home slowly, and for the first time in years, he wasn't thinking about the future. He wasn't replaying the past. He was just walking, feeling the ground under his feet, hearing the morning around him, and something became very clear. He had spent years building a prison, not with walls, with thoughts. Every what if was a brick. Every not yet was a lock. Every I'm not ready was a chain, and he had built it himself, around himself. He realized that readiness is not a feeling that comes before action. It is a feeling that comes because of action. You don't feel brave first and then jump. You jump, and then you find out you were brave enough all along. When he got home, he didn't open a notebook. He didn't make a new plan. He just picked one thing, one small thing, and he did it. That same day, not perfectly, not completely. But he did it, and that evening, for the first time in a very long time, There was no heaviness on his chest, only something quiet and warm, something that felt like himself. Here is what Rayan learned. And what I want you to hear right now, your mind is powerful, but your mind without action is just a storm in an empty room. It makes a lot of noise. It moves things around, but nothing ever gets built. Thinking is not living, planning is not moving. Waiting is not preparing. There is no perfect moment coming. There is only this moment, the one you are in right now. The birds didn't wait for a better sky, they just flew down, and the food was already there. Your life is already here. But you have to actually show up for it, not in your head, in real life, with your hands, with your feet, with your first imperfect step. The person you want to become is not waiting at the finish line, he is waiting at the starting line. Waiting for you to stop thinking and finally begin. Rayan never became perfect. He stumbled, he doubted, he had hard days, but he was moving, and moving, even slowly, even imperfectly, is 1,000 times better than standing still in a beautiful plan. The day Rayan stopped thinking so much was the day he finally started living. Maybe today is that day for you. You don't need another plan, you don't need to feel ready. You just need to take one step, just one, right now.